Wait to grab. I want you to remember that no bastard ever won war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die for his country. What will you do without freedom? They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom! I was the best because the crowd loved me, and the crowd, you'll win your freedom. I will win the crowd. I will give them something they've never seen before. Thank you, Russ O'Hara. Thank you, Kate Smith. Thank you, Ray Charles. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're much too kind. Wait. Much too kind. Oh, you have to turn that down over there. 760-320-8255. This is the Rich Gilgallon Show. You're tuned in to Newstalk 920 KPSI here in the beautiful desert of Southern California. It is consulting our $1 million weather station, 95.1 cool cloud-covered degrees out there today. Very grateful for just a little bit of cloud cover. Goes a long way. Don't forget to start your day every day with the Glenn Beck radio program, heard every morning on this amazing, muscular, conservative station, 6 to 9 a.m. It's the Glenn Beck Show. Followed by Excellence in Broadcasting, the EIB radio network. That would be none other than, as we all found, the Rush Limbaugh Show. We go from Rush to Rich. Rush to Rich. Rush Limbaugh, 9 to noon. Rich Gilgallon, that's me, coincidentally, from noon to 2. Dennis Prager, 2 to 3. Mark Levin from 3 to 6. Dennis Miller from 6 to 9. Dr. Savage, 9 to midnight. And, of course, your Dodger baseball action. Are you ready? Throughout the summer. And we are very blessed here in studio today to have the three of our local community mavens that are out there working hard to change America and have been doing it, frankly, for many years. You know, we had a call the other day, and I neglected to make this point. And, you know, as often happens after the radio show is done, on my way home, as I was sitting on the bus, listening to a combination of Robin Mark and Jackson Brown in my headsets, the thought occurred to me that a woman called and said on the show, what can we do, Coach? What can we regular people do? And why I did not think right off the top of my head, you can join the East Valley Republican Women. That would be a great start. Go ahead and applaud yourself.
Yay!
All right, Jane.
Yes.
No, not you, not this Jane. Why can't I hear these? Let me talk into your microphone, here, Joe.
Hello.
Oh, that's why. Okay, try it again.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. All right. And we have representing the East Valley Republican Women, both here in studio. And, of course, you can hear them on radio. And, by the way, if you're related to any of these three amazing women, you can watch them right now at www.newstalk920.com. as we are doing our Thursday video podcast of this live radio program. And so that's what I should have said. And so I say the great thing about having a radio show that you're on 5 days a week, ladies, is that if you remember at night, you can bring it up the next day. And so we're thrilled to have you guys here. They are, by the way, sponsors of this program and should be commended for that. How you doing? Hi, Joy. How are you?
I'm just great, Rich. So happy to be with you today.
Well, it's a pleasure to have Joy. Sue, how are you?
I'm fine, Rich, and it's good to be here for sure.
And Jean, the dancing machine, is with us as well. Hi, Jean.
I hope so. I'm here, and thank you for having us, Rich.
Let's start with Joy. Joy, you know, how long have you been in the desert?
9 years.
For 9 years, and you were. And you came from where?
Orange County.
From the big OC?
The big OC.
So
right.
You made that not unusual journey when the people in
Not
OC begin to, start thinking about where they want to live, where the desert of Southern California pops up. And were you as politically active in OC as you are now?
No, not at all.
Really?
No. I was working. I owned retail stores, and I did that for over 35 years. And the only way to stop doing that was to come this way. So that's what I did.
So your experience in small business, I'm sure, had something to do with your interest in conservative politics.
Absolutely, because I had small gift stores, and guess what? Look around. There's no more.
Are there any left?
Not in Orange County.
No tchotchke shops.
No, I think you have it still in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
But they've been here forever, and they know how to play the game. I hate to say that, but they know how to play the game. But otherwise, there's nothing new. Nothing new.
And as we, even on the way to work today, we talked about this briefly yesterday. On the way to work today, you go by the 99-cent store in Cathedral City. It's like a strip mall. It's the only thing there. There were a couple of businesses that tried there. Sears actually tried there, and it's closed down. You come down Ramon Road over by Gene Autry, several buildings in there empty. I mean, and not only you go to Cathedral City where I mean it's empty business after empty business. You go down Palm Desert. You got 2 restaurants. I mean, the Elephant Bar, one of the nicest restaurants in town, for years closed. Tony Roma's, a national concern, closed. So obviously, the atmosphere for small business is not vibrant right now.
And it's not getting any better.
It's not getting any better. And Sue, what brought you to this political action committee?
Well, I've always been interested in...
I don't think this one works, so if you can use Joy, that's great.
Well, I've always been interested in politics.
Yes.
But I'm in my country free, and I have grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and I'm trying to do a little bit to keep this country good for them to grow up in. That's my main reason that I'm active in East Valley Republican Women.
Good for you. And Jean?
Is my mic working?
It is.
Okay. Well, I've always been interested in politics from the time I was in high school. And then I came here.
Class of 92? Is that what that was? Class of 92?
I'm not telling you. Don't ask me.
All right. Well, I didn't ask. I wasn't asking.
And then I lived in the San Fernando Valley, in the LA area. I was very active in politics. Moved here permanently 10 years ago and fell right into it again, of course, trying to save our country and do what we can. I've seen so many changes, and it's very frightening.
And Joy, tell us a little bit about what the East Valley Republican Women do.
Well, we work really hard for candidates. That's one of the main things that we do, and we love doing it, and you can tell because we do good work for candidates. And the other thing we do is we work on scholarships for children in the Valley, all over the Valley, but mostly in the East Valley, of course. And we allow them to go to a wonderful camp called Ronald Reagan Camp. And I shouldn't say we allow them, but we provide them with that. And a lot of times it's kids who have no idea what being conservative is, so we open up their eyes. And I'm really, really proud of that. And our club grows every single day. You think that we'd be so discouraged that nobody would even want to join the Republican Women's Club, but guess what? They do.
Sure they do.
It's been wonderful.
And so you're open for membership right now?
Oh, absolutely.
As we speak?
As we speak. And actually, we have a little special going right now, starting in July the 1st. Our membership's usually $35. It's $20 because you only have half the year.
Yes.
And then if you want to become an associate, which means you can be a gentleman, or you can maybe not be a gentleman, but you can be a man.
Yes. You know plenty of those guys.
Right, and you can be also with another club, and you can do that for $15. So.
And you meet every Monday.
We meet the first Monday of every month.
The first Monday of every month at Desert Falls.
Desert Falls.
That's all right. So the East Valley Republican ladies are with us, and we'll continue our conversation with them. It's great to be with you today. You are tuned in to the Rich Gilgallon Show right here on Newstalk 920 KPSI. Eliminate fear. House floods forever. Hey, it's the coach, Rich Gilgallon. Are you away from your desert property? That was easy. Have you received a call for your house is flooded? Toilet overflow, washing machine, broken pipe. Some days it does, and then some days it don't. Some days it will, and some days it won't. What are we laughing at over there? Are we laughing at me or with me?
Toilet overflow.
Which one? Oh, the toilet overflow. I know. You know what? Every now and then I say a stupid word, but it sounds so fun that I leave it in there. I've done that for a couple of
Because it makes people listen.
Toilet overflow!
You know, if you're a visual learner, you just see the
So
toilet.
the toilet actually flies over.
Yeah.
See?
If you're a visual learner, that's what you see.
Yeah.
That's very good to pick that up.
Yeah, very sad.
Now listen, here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about any other career possible other than radio.
No one is happy about
So you can go out there and make a living and enjoy your life and not get tortured by people above you. All right, go. That's fine.
because that's where Dr. Robert
True,
Rance
that's
is.
why I'm working
Dr.
on
Rance is a performing dental
That's the
hygienist.
next
What instrument is
All the year at the
percussion,
the titanium
drum set,
Yay.
drum set, trash cymbals, everything.
All right, there you go.
Many instruments.
Exciting.
Everyone's like, what instrument do you play? I'm like, percussion. They're like, what's in percussion? I just like,
Everything is performed.
I'm not gonna explain. There's too many.
There's too many things in
Yeah.
percussion.
Too many.
Well,
Cymbals, bass drum, snare drum.
and how many
drum
nieces and
triangle.
nephews do you have?
Suck.
Not only can
Do you really?
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know.
How many families?
Your appearance and attitude will to find out more about the custom subperiosteal implant procedure or to schedule a free consultation, call Dr. Rance now. 902-7756. That's 902-7756.
How do you know when to go
Dr.
back?
Robert Rance. That's
Well, see, at the end of the commercial, just straight back out.
Yeah. You just sit there.
Discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3?
I could do without the Viagra commercials, though, to be honest. Over and over and over and over and over again. It goes in there. On purpose, just to-
If you want Viagra at the lowest prices,
Oh, this, we're not on today.
$15 a pill pharmacy prices
Oh,
again.
this is live.
No, I don't need that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
he
did that.
Oh, I thought we were only doing this.
You are, but I just loaded you.
Oh.
Just the kind of guy I am. It's like this coming up.
So we're gonna hear that.
Number 545-50.
I love the, did you write that or Greg?
I did.
I love that tagline. Laws that will benefit everyone. All the time. Something like that.
At Big O, we know you want the best deal on tires and auto service. So check out our red, white, and blue tag sale. Come in and find colored tags for huge discounts, like $100 off Big O brand tires, $70 off great tire brands like Nitto, Sumitomo, and Cooper, or $20 off select products or services, depending on location. The red, white, and blue tag sale ends July 7th, so hurry in to Big O Tires today. Not found with other offers, installation charges extra. See store for details.
There's no
Start your Sundays, every Sunday, with a new perspective. An eternal perspective. Every Sunday from 7 to 8, it's the Eternal Perspective, brought to you by Men of Messiah. Men of Messiah, a group of local men dedicated to promoting the Word of God. Tune in every Sunday at 7 o'clock for Chuck DeVoe and Rich Gilgallon, brought to you by Men of Messiah. It's the Eternal Perspective. Join us 7 a.m. every Sunday morning. East Valley Republican women are working hard to get Republicans elected. Meetings take place the first Monday of every month at Desert Falls Country Club in Palm Desert. Call for the summer schedule. East Valley Republican women are working on projects to help educate our youth on conservatism and free enterprise, and are dedicated in promoting honest legislation in California to protect all people in every way.
I love that.
Join and make a difference.
Protecting all people in every way. That's what they do. They protect all people in every way. Get up, stand up for your right. Oh yeah, yeah. Don't give up the fight. Don't give up the fight. All right, welcome back. All that great radical music from the '60s can come back today, and it's even more appropriate today. It's even more appropriate today. I mean, we are hoisting the liberal nation on their own petard. Hoisting them, I say, on their own petard. Play all that music that they played when they didn't like Nixon. And it means exactly the same with the president who is closest to Richard Nixon as far as being out of touch with what's going on in the country itself. Barack Hussein Obama, who is, I mean, either clueless or evil. I know that's very harsh, but it's one or the other. I mean, it's one or the other. Today, the EPA has announced, are you ready for this? Their hard drives crashed.
Oh.
They cannot produce the information requested by subpoena. Of course, we know that the IRS was active in the presidential campaign in an extraordinarily negative way directed towards conservatives. Liberals got the pass, conservatives got the last three letters of that. And, you know, we look for the evidence and it's not forthcoming. But a scam, this administration is a scam administration, has been really from day one. And so we have the East Valley Republican women who are trying to get past legislation that will benefit, what is it, Joy? Everybody all
in
the
every
time?
way. In every way. Everybody in every way.
Everybody in every way. I keep forgetting to turn their microphones on. That's better. Everybody in every way. So what do you have coming up now, Joy?
Well, on July the 6th, next Sunday, we have a great meeting, which we have 100 people coming to, but if the rest of your listeners want to come, we'll take 200 to 500. Doesn't matter, we'll fit them in. And we have all the candidates, which would include Brian Estandi, those running for Senate, running for other offices, running for College of the Desert Board. Anyway, they're all going to be there to speak. And we have a buffet. It's a $12.50 buffet. And we're going to do a 50-50 drawing, which means cash.
Ooh, we like those 50-50s.
And we're going to have a great time. And guess who the host is?
Who is the host of this fabulous function on July the 6th?
That might be Mr. Rich Gilgallon. Yay!
What an honor for me.
And we are so excited, Rich, that you're doing this for us. It is so appreciated, and you're just the best. So
well,
thank you.
Let me just say on a personal note, when I got back, when I crawled back into the desert of Southern California, I was only here, I think, 24 hours before I wound up as the moderator for a candidates debate. Thanks to the good offices of the East Valley Republican women. It was like herding cats, and I didn't do a very good job.
Oh, you were wonderful.
You did a great job.
Chastising the candidates to be as positive as possible in the election. I felt like that either that was not heard by them, or they decided to ignore me altogether.
But don't forget the Ben Shapiro event.
And the Ben Shapiro event, where Ben was a little late, and so I had to go out and do the old soft shoe.
That was great.
Gutty, 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 gutty. He was very nice, though, wasn't he?
He was great, and I hope people are reading his books because he is, you know, he's the most conservative of the young people that we've got out there, and we've got to nurture him.
Well, you know, Breitbart has done such a great job on what's going on in the border. And, you know, all these issues. It's almost as if, you know, there's a purposeful movement by the administration to throw so much stuff at us that we lose track of what's going on. Let me. I'm going to experiment here. I do have 3 guests in studio, but I am waiting for a very important call. So let's see what we got. You're on the Rich Gilgallon Show. First name, please. It is our buddy Brian the Stand.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
We have Joy, Sue, and Jean here from your apparently. We do, Brian. You're the only one missing, but you know you had to be up there in Sacramento trying to actually do something. Well, that's quite all right. Now, I know Friday, the reason we asked you to come on, Friday here at Palm Springs City Hall, you are honoring 2 veterans. Really an amazing story. Tell us a little about that. Yes. And they're both still with us. All 3 brothers are still with us. And so they'll be honored on Friday at Oh, what a great idea. The Palm Springs City Hall, 10 a.m. on Friday. To no. Well, on the anniversary of D-Day here on this program, we went through over a couple of things. One, we went over the amazing prayer to the nation by Franklin Roosevelt, which I don't know if we'll sadly ever hear a president speak in those kind of eloquent terms, actually prayerfully to God. It was breathtaking. And Ronald Reagan's amazing speech to the D-Day boys of Pond du Lac climbed up that wall with daggers to get to the top of it in 1984. So, you know, it is a very special 70 years since the beginning of the freeing of the continent of Europe, and really the saving of the planet by the soldiers from the United States. A fact that apparently it has been forgotten by sadly by even a lot of people in our own country. So I'm very glad that you've taken the time to honor these guys. They certainly deserve it. All right, Brian, well, I got your whole campaign committee sitting here in front of me today, I think. All right, well, listen, good luck up there in Sacramento, and I hope you'll stop by when you get back in town.
Oh,
Thank you, Brian.
thank you for what you do.
Yeah, it's a mutual admiration society, brother. Yes, it is.
There's the cheering squad.
Thank you, Brian.
See you soon.
It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. You're tuned in to Newstalk 920, KPSI in Palm Springs State.
Thanks, Rich, and happy lunch hour, everybody.
Well, stick around one more sec. Is that all right with you guys? You gotta run.
If it's okay with you.
I want to call back. Oh, make sure it's
Didn't know where you were going.
well, yeah, but you know.
You're young and alive.
Not quite, but you were talking about moving too. That's what my husband was. He's 89. And he was. Oh, they were hardly in it.
Mid-80s. Yeah.
What did he say? Mid-80s?
Yeah,
Well, Dell's 89 and he went in at 17. Yeah, but he
my
was
father
in the
went at
Pacific.
60. Yeah, my father was in
But
60.
they-
He was on his
That
way
was on
over.
PBY.
He was on his way over for the invasion when the bomb dropped. So that's why I say the
That
greatest,
saved so many
the
people.
greatest thing ever happened to this world was the atomic bomb.
Yeah,
on
because you
Hiroshima.
wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't be here. That's right.
At 9:20 a.m. Oh, if you put
What other
the
stations you
website
listen to?
on-
You listen to
on
the mix?
Rich's-
You don't know? Oldies?
I listen to quite a few.
Do you? Good for you.
Hi, Dale, turn on 928 country music.
Good for you. K-pop.
928,
Yeah, that's not in this bill.
920. Okay.
We got the mix. We got K-Des. We got KWXY. Which I'm seeing. Yeah, man.
I used to watch that. Like, I used to listen when I was going to bed when I was younger.
No kidding.
And all I do is like, yeah, trip to Hawaii.
I know.
If you call it on time, like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you get the 7,000 callers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. No, I can't. Don't call me back.
No, don't call back.
Bring, bring.
Yes, this is, we're really excited about you. You're going to be there on July the 6th. We've got close to 100 people, right, Sue? Oh, we have to get Sue's phone number.
Yeah,
So we
you
advertise-
forgot to get, I was gonna do, but.
Yeah, it's on the commercial, but let's put it on Twitter.
1-760.
At last check,
No,
the Dow Jones
760.
Industrial Average
Oh, you got, oh, I put
88 points.
772.
Moderating a little bit, was like
7096. That is 1-760-772-7096. That, again, is 772.
I know, don't you hate when they, I don't know.
I understood one that did it 5 times.
I know
You've been
it's
thinking
all
about dental implants for years. An acquaintance of yours had it done, and your own dentist told you it'd be a great
You put
idea.
the website
But you just haven't
anywhere.
worked up the gumption to pick up the phone and
If
call
you
Dr. Robert
go
Renz, have you?
into
For
their
years now,
website,
you've heard
I
us
don't
talk
care
about
if you're
the
in
amazing
Timbuktu
custom
or
subperiosteal
Northern-
implant Dr. Renz performs.
wherever
How he does
you go,
everything
you're
in one
gonna hear
office, his office. How he has far more experience in dental implants than anyone in the area. And how his fee is all inclusive, unlike certain discounters who try to charge more than the effect can be completely rejuvenated.
Well, I'm not
Absolutely
sure what's the
life-changing.
format. I'm just
You'll be
introducing
like you
candidates, or
Oh,
am
no,
I
I
just
need to
Smile
talk
would
to
be
you
even
about that.
better than
Yeah,
most.
I want you to do
You'll
a
find a
program. I want you to
special
talk
sort of
about what you want to talk
content
about. I want you to just do
So
it.
what do you
There'll be
say?
no
I'll
fight.
give
Is
you
it
a
time for
list.
you to at least
We'll-
get Dr. Renz
I'll
a
give you a
call about
list.
this?
Well,
And
there is
have
no,
a free
Everybody's gonna be
consultation.
there.
I'll take
Learn
both
more,
those set
and
of
maybe
candidates.
you'll soon be smiling with confidence. Call Dr.
They're both
Renz
supposed to
now.
be there, so that'll be.
902-7756. That's 902-7756. Or go to drrobertrenz.com. Sedation dentistry available.
Hey, it's Rich Gilgallon. Do you
You
live
know,
in fear
see
of
what
the
Glenn came
Internal Revenue Service like most Americans? You don't have to any longer. Call Bernie Garland, 760-771-0010. Bernie Garland and the Garland Group. Visit him at garlandgroup.com.
Well, you can write in
They
Rich
can help you
Gilgallon.
with all of your
Yeah, there we go.
IRS
No, I
problems.
feel
It's
like
Bernie
writing
Garland.
somebody.
He's the man. 760-771-0010.
Are you turned on to Tidbits? Yeah, Tidbits is that family-friendly little newspaper everyone's talking about. Tidbits is packed Full of
So who's your
interesting
candidate for
stories,
president?
games, fascinating trivia facts, and puzzles
Sarah Palin?
that you think
No.
there's nothing but good news and
Oh, I
tidbits.
haven't,
You'll
I don't
find
know.
You haven't broken them all down yet?
and in over 500 locations,
I haven't been watching the videos.
including revivals and at all 15 Walgreens drugstores. There's a
She does
brand new
David
issue of
Carson.
tidbits every week.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
it's free.
The
It's
RS
served
thing
you.
after
It's turned on to tidbits.
I know they do. Here we go. Yeah! Go! Welcome back. Sing it to me, Laurie. Sing it to me, honey. Come on. I don't want nobody telling me what to do. That's right. You can't tell me what to do. I don't want nobody telling me what to do. Don't be telling me what to do. I'm all grown up now. I'm just as grown as you. Welcome back to the Rich Gilgallon Show. I had so much fun going out to the Purple Room last Saturday night to see Cal David and Laurie and Bono. They were spectacular. They did a lot of songs together. It was just an amazing night. They play there every Saturday night. And we love both of them very, very much. 760-320-8255. How many members, Gene, does the East Valley Republican Women have?
You'll be surprised to know now that you'll be surprised to know that we're over 100 members.
I would not be surprised.
I think when I started a few years ago, we were about 40.
It's that right.
And we pride ourselves on the fact that not only are we helping the students, we don't just have lunch, we have great speakers.
Yes, you do have great speakers, and that's once a month at Desert Falls.
We have all the way from the
Who's speaking at the next one?
Rich Gilgallon.
He is. That's July 6th.
That's right.
Oh, is that at Desert Falls?
No, that's at Indian Springs Country.
Yeah,
Springs Country
Yeah,
Club.
that's Indian Springs. Yeah, so
They're great.
that's a special thing. We're going over to Indian Springs on
Tell me where it
Sunday.
is, Gil.
Well, I love when they call me Gil.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good. That's good. That takes me home. That is on the corner of Tally Ho, if I'm not mistaken.
Westward.
Westward Ho and Jefferson. Fine golf course, by the way. Good friend
Neil.
Neil Finch, who we all love. Neil runs the Indian Springs golf course over there. And so now this year is presented the Republican women, and not just in the East Valley, but really all over the state of California, with several challenges. For example, in the past, as a organization dedicated to supporting Republican candidates, you would, you may not have gotten involved in a primary, or one a member or another in the organization might have been working for different candidates in a primary. But once the primary was over, you were able to band together and support whoever the party had nominated. Unfortunately, that's not the case anymore.
It's not the case, and that's really tough. Really tough. I don't know what we're going to do about it. But in Brian's race, we don't have to worry about it. So we can put all of our energies into
Has there ever been a clearer-cut decision to be made? Let me say no. There never has been a clearer, easier decision to make than the decision between Brian Nastandy and Raul, whatever his name. You couldn't get a more. For example, what's going on right now? Right this very moment, we're being overrun. Has there been a press release from the congressman from this district regarding that? Maybe to say to these people, don't come. We go a long way. He speaks Spanish, I believe, doesn't he? I mean,
Well, he's learning. He's doing a good job of it too. But if you read La Prensa Hispana newspaper, then you're going to get a big eye opening on that, and it is written in English.
Yes.
Al Vasquez, who is the publisher of that paper, he has written incredible things about what's going on and challenged Raul Ruiz to the fact that he's not doing anything about that military not officer, but I guess, I don't know.
Yes, the Marine. He
Yeah,
took a wrong turn on the border, and he's still in prison. Meanwhile, we released 5 total whack job born killers, and this guy's still lamenting in a prison cell.
3 months.
And at the same time, you know, the nation of Mexico is facilitating this, this exodus from Central America right through their country to here. And our congressman saying nothing about it. Nothing. Now, I noticed that as I look at voting records, I noticed that, you know, that as usual with the left, they're not comfortable being known as liberal. Have you noticed that? They're not. They're just. They'd rather not be known. It looks like the Clintons didn't want to be known to have any dough. That's the difference between Democrat and Republican. Okay, a Republican makes $121 million. He's not afraid to talk about it. Not afraid to say, guess what I did last year? 30 million, baby. How about that? Democrats, Mrs. Clinton, you know, you made $30 million last year. Oh well, you know, we're very poor. You know, we're struggling. You know,
We can hardly put our daughter through
we
college.
can hardly put Chelsea through college. You know,
And that wedding, oh boy.
yeah, you know, the $3 million wedding. You know, the flower bill was more than I make in 3 years. Okay, so I have this to say, you know, to the Clintons when it comes to, we used to call it poor mouth, which was, you know, in my neighborhood, my grandmother, I mean, they hated it. They hated when you poor mouth, you know. That's leaking. So, anyway, thank goodness you guys are out there in the trenches.
We're watching.
You know, and you're out there. You're in the trenches. You're working hard. So,
Well, Mr. Vasquez and his wife, they actually drove down, getting back to our Marine that's
Yes.
in trouble.
yes,
They actually drove down to the border, and they drove the route that this young man went on. And they saw how easily it was for him to make the mistake and get on the other side.
Right.
And then they came back and put an article in the paper and told what they did, and nobody is paying any attention to the fact this poor young man is still sitting down there.
it's criminal. It really is. You know, it's very frustrating. It's like it's almost as if the president says, I don't care. I mean, I don't care. I mean, listen, if Rich Gilgallon was president of the United States, I'd be banging on that Mexican border right now. If that border doesn't work coming this way, then there's no reason why it should work going that way. So we need military presence about 20 miles inside that so-called border between the United States and Mexico and set up a perimeter that's impassable. That's when this thing is going to stop. And I come to learn something else from the Obama administration, and that is this: if these trains, the trains de la muerta, which they've labeled the trains of death because people are falling off them, and it's horrible. But if the trains work, bringing all these people this way, well, guess what? You know, because I keep hearing the left say, well, what are you going to do? I mean, you can't just send all these people back. I mean, you know, there's too many of them. Well, apparently there isn't, because we're getting that many and more landing here on a daily basis by train. So if the train runs this way, guess what? It runs that way too. So it's time for us to start boarding these people onto these trains going south. Come on, baby, drive south to the ones you love. Trains go both ways. Now, we know now, don't we, ladies, that the administration was advertising for these facilitators in January, expecting 65,000 to 70,000 kids to come from Central America. So it had nothing to do with, you know, the so-called violence in El Salvador. I mean, that's been going on for 60 years, or or any political changes in Honduras. And by the way, we sent Joe Biden down there like, I don't know, 10 days ago. Haven't seen him since. Has anybody seen Joe Biden? Where's the VP? Scranton, the Scranton, you know, my Scranton brother. Bad enough we were the we were mocked on national television for years on the TV show The Office. Now we have to suffer with Joe Biden as being our favorite son. So I'm here with these three amazing young women from the Young Republicans Club. Oh, it's not the Young Republicans Club. It was the Young Republicans Club. It's the
Thanks for the new name.
It's the East Valley Republican women, Joy, Sue, and Jean, and we're going to they'll stick around for one more segment, then we'll be back right after this on the Rich Gilgallon Show. You're tuned in to Newstalk 920, KPSI.
We're Senior Home Care. We supply assistance for loved ones that need care in their home. For your security, we do FBI background checks, Social Security traces, and driving record reports from the state of California. You want peace of mind for your family. Our reputation means a lot to us. Why settle for second
a lot
place
of them
when you
are
can have the
gang
best in your
members
home
at 17 years old, tatted up with their, their spider web. I've killed somebody's hat.
Saturday nights this summer. See classic blockbuster movies digitally remastered at the Valley's widest movie screen at the Camelot.
Yeah, we're the bad guys.
It's on this Saturday, June
Yeah, we
20th.
said,
The
why
summer
don't we
classic
just do
June
Mexico?
June
That's what I said. Why not?
Mexico, we get their beaches and their oil.
Yeah, we'll be there.
And they can have all of that.
Absolutely.
I've always said that.
I want a Cuban to be fit, but let's go.
Yeah.
Energy Solution. We've cut energy costs in our
But you like to like it,
projects.
huh?
You're going to need a
You do.
I'm not staring, but paying
I agree.
obvious. We've known
I
Barb
wonder
since
what they
Philly.
oil.
She didn't have those.
Lots of
So
oil.
natural.
That they actually
She always looked great, but
Yeah,
now
we'll go down
geez,
there, and then, but we'll only speak English.
Hey guys, what's new?
You'll have to
Well, forget us. We see what's new with you.
That's
Barb,
right.
They
you
don't
look
do that now.
amazing.
Oh, I know. Shoot a smile, Barb. She loves them, but he runs the work.
You
Folks
like
think
this
they're
commercial?
hers. And that's why she loves them. She's wanted them forever.
This is
Not for me.
not my
I
favorite
thought she was fun. It's changed her life, though. Seriously, folks greet her different. She got a promotion, even eats different. And they weren't that pricey either. Plus, they're perfect.
Is he making a
For
fool of
life.
me on television?
Right,
Yeah, I want you to tell me
Amazing.
if he is.
Where'd she go?
Dr. Ren's in Palm Springs.
The goatee is upside
It's in
down.
one office, and Barb got sedated.
No,
Dr.
right there.
Ren's at the Dental Implant Treatment Center.
You keep moving
902-7756.
back. You gotta move back.
902-7756. Or drrobertrenz.com for a different kind of life-changing implants.
Oh, I'm
Right by the
Ethel
hospital.
Sanders, and I'm a cash
Just
flow
like
mortgage agent.
Russell
Oh, I love my job because I do a ton of loans and save my customers a ton of money. Customers like Jim.
I figured I could refinance and save money, but I kept procrastinating. Finally, I called 855-875-CASH, and in about 5 minutes, Nicole told me how much I could save and how easy the process would be. Best of all, their fee was less than $500.
Because we do so many mortgages, we charge just $495 to close any loan, anytime. And our rates can be much lower than what you got now. Like today's 30-year fixed at 4.125% rate. Over 514 APR.
Cash Flow is saving me big bucks every month. Plus, I pulled $100,000 cash out of my house. I should have called sooner.
Hey,
I
I'd like to help you too. Call us at 855-875-CASH. That's 855-875-CASH.
Hey, school. Hey, you guys are in glacier right now.
East Valley Republicans are working hard to get Republicans elected. Meetings take place the first Monday of every month at Desert Falls Country Club in Palm Desert. Call for the summer schedule. East Valley Republican women are working out projects to help educate our youth on conservatism and free enterprise, and are dedicated to promoting honest legislation in California to protect all people in every way. Now is the time to join and make a difference. Call Sue at 760-772-7096 for reservation. That's 772-7096. Start your Sundays every Sunday with a new perspective, an eternal perspective. Every Sunday from 7 to 8, it's the Eternal Perspective, brought to you by Men of Messiah, a group of local men dedicated to promoting the Word of God. Tune in every Sunday at 7 o'clock.
Wow.
To know and Rich Gilgallon, brought to you by Men of Messiah. Join us 7
How's the hair look
a.m. every
inside?
Sunday.
Really good.
There's no, like, scalp hole showing.
Just a little nice tip there.
Welcome back. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. Newstalk 920, KPSI! And all I see. All right. What an honor for us here to welcome one of our fabulous sponsors of this radio program, the East Valley Republican Women, into the studio for the first hour. I had to keep it here. It's just so nice. First of all, the room hasn't smelled this good. The studio itself has not smelled this good in a long time. It's just me and Steve Kelly and Gene Nichols running around in here. Gets a little odoriferous, but you guys are good. A nice fine, probably El Paseo perfume going on there. Joy Medicki is with us, and of course Heidi couldn't make it today.
Nope.
School. Heidi's is another member of of this amazing group, and there's 100. We can't list them all.
No.
But we're very grateful to what they for you guys and for what you do, and because politics is done in the street, and it's done by hard work, dedication, and for as long as I've been alive, a great bulk of the everyday grinded out politics is done by women like yourself. Is it not, Joe?
Absolutely, it is done by women.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. And just get us behind you, and you're
For example, is there an East Valley Republican club?
No, but there's a lot of men that belong to our club.
Belong to your club, right? I believe I'm one of them.
You are one of them. Yeah.
Normally I would be reticent to join a club that would have me as a member. Is what who said that? Groucho. I think that was Groucho Marx. But in this case, it's an honor and a distinct honor, actually.
And actually, I want to tell you, Rich, real quick, we have the honor of being able to office with Brian the Standee. We've already set up our little desk and everything, and we are raring to go. So
and where is his campaign office?
That is off of Cook and
St. James.
Yeah, St. James, and what is it, Brian?
42nd and Hoadley.
Yeah, and you can call Sue, and she'll give you the address. I don't have.
Well, it just so happens we have Sue's number bandied about here. 760-772-7096. That's 772-7096. Listen, this is very, very, very important local election coming up here in November.
That's right.
And it is extremely important that we recapture our congressional seat. We have a guy in there, another empty suit, a la John Kerry and I'm sure his glorious leader, Barack Obama. We need people. We need a conservative-minded guy who will work for the benefit of the middle class and small business, which is the backbone of the country.
That's right. Brian's that guy.
And he is that guy. Brian Stan, he is that guy. And you pointed out, Joy, somebody who was in small business and watched how difficult it's become. I mean, it's very, very difficult now to because of the regulations, the fact that even the building rents are ridiculously high, almost impossibly high, and so these buildings sit empty, and they're empty all over this valley. It's a tragedy. Right here, the Palm Springs Mall. When I first got here, it was Gottschalk's and Radio Shack and a Christian bookstore and then a food court over there where you could a True Value. I mean, there was loads of stores there. People were working. It was action going on all the time. And now, what do you got? Who got? You got empty buildings.
One of the tragedies is I thought my daughter would be able to stand for all I built and carry on with it. And she couldn't because of what this state has done to us.
Right. Well, it's the state primarily, but it's also the burden placed on business by the federal government as well. So, as you know, the IRS has lost their hard drives. You know what? I just wrote him a letter and said, you know what? I lost my hard drive.
I can't file.
I can't file. Okay, because on account of I lost my hard drive. It was I have a recycled hard drive. So sorry. I think that's what fries our minds, because you can't talk to these people.
No.
You know, you can't say to them, I can't find it. Why? You can't find it. You better find it. You go to jail. I can't find it. I don't know. You know, I mean, and so how do they justify now putting any pressure on anybody when they can't find the materials that they need to present to the Congress of the United States? So that's why I say, and I have said for years, it's time to throw a padlock on that door in Maryland. Right there, that big building that says IRS in front of it. Big chain, big padlock, closed for good. It's time. I mean, however, if it's not time, then I can't wait until a Republican president gets elected. And all these, I mean, the liberals playing a very dangerous game here with using the IRS as a weapon. The president deciding what's going to be law and what isn't going to be law by the wave of his pen. It's called, the new administration, the Congress leaders call it sign and call government, where he signs a law into effect that hasn't been voted on, and then calls Congress to tell him what he's done. No. Supreme Court yesterday really stood up for the people on several issues. You can't decide. The president cannot decide, thankfully, when the Senate is not in session. I mean, I'm not Felix Frankfurter, but I could have written that that Supreme Court fine. I could have. My friend Amy's nephew should have written that. Was it Trey?
Yeah.
Trey should have written that fine. It was too easy. All right, well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Rich.
So grateful for you coming by today. Sue?
Thank you, Rich. And just please remember, July 6th,
Yes.
a week from Sunday, at 4 o'clock at Indian Springs Country Club. We look forward to seeing everybody out and hear all the candidates. And please be sure and call me. And that number again is 1-760-772-7096. And thanks so much to you, Rich, for having us.
Well, it's a
today.
great pleasure. And let me just say to everybody out there, especially you women out there, if you want to get active, you want to participate, this is a great group of women to participate with. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
We'll be back right after this national news. You're tuned into the Rich Gilgallon Show. Newstalk 920 KPSI in Palm Springs.
Okay, we should make a run for it.
That was great. Thank you so much. Wow, we got lots of good stuff there.
1 second.
And did they call you Gil when you were a kid?
They did.
Oh my God, I
Gilly.
just I must have.
Gilligan.
I must have got that somehow. Your mother must have told
I just got to hit this one button here. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nervous about the economy? Then listen up. If you're discussing this up and down, the lousy interest rates that banks pay on your savings,
I'll give you the
you're
list.
not alone. Banks take your money, pay you a lousy 2% interest, but charge 15% for credit cards. They keep the difference.
Very nice to meet you. We'll come see you at the
There are
first
better
meeting.
alternatives. Once you're
Nice to meet you.
Don't let you
About 4 years, Trey, right?
Nice to have met you.
has the potential to earn much
Go this way, Jimmy. Bye-bye.
4 years.
like the stocks of money. Anyone near retirement can play that high stakes poker. Find out what you can do to reduce work and watch your money.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Oh, we can go right out here.
To get your free guide to Smart Money Moves. Again, that's 1-800-309-2205. 24 hours a day. The report is free and no one's on the phone to ask. Call now, 1-800-309-2205.
S. Frank Lopez, California Insurance, 0G96156.
Rush Week in Review, Saturdays at 9. The Hot Talk is on Newstalk 920, KPSI, Palm Springs.
From ABC News.
I'm Aaron Katursky. The extent of excessive drinking in this country is laid bare in new findings out today. Excessive drinking kills 1 in 10 working age adults, according to a new report from the Centers for Disease Control.
Rolling elevation on a daily basis with drinking very basis.
Epidemiologist Mandy Starr says excessive drinking can also mean drinking too much in a short period of time. Half of fatal cases are attributed to binge drinking. The study looked at data from 2006 to 2010. Alex Stone, ABC News. The mayor of Boston called it extremely disappointing the Supreme Court today struck down the 35-foot buffer zone around women entering Massachusetts abortion clinics. Kristen Hawkins, a student from Life in America, was jubilant. The justices also ruled today the president was wrong to make appointments to the National Labor Relations Board in 2012 without Senate approval.
The White House argued the president acted because the Senate. The court says Mr. Obama doesn't get to decide when the Senate's in recess. Minority Leader Mitch McConnell on the court's unanimous ruling.
Represent a clear review. It was president's crazy power grab.
In impeachment, the court says the president can only make a recess appointment if the Senate is out for at least 10 days. Given the mistrust here, that's not likely to happen unless the same party controls the White House and both houses of Congress. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News at the Capitol.
President Obama cheered the U.S. men's soccer team for loss to Germany today, but still moved on to the World Cup.
I have to begin by congratulating our U.S. soccer team, Team USA, for advancing.
The president watched from Air Force One. Natalie watched in Brooklyn.
Actually, our most runners here, our whole sales team here to support the USA.
You're listening to ABC News.
Yes, number 2, we don't know what it is yet. Expect to be here September 4th. And had I known that I was going to feel this great, I would have said, okay, long before. TexasSuperFoods.com. I have unbelievable amounts of energy. I have not experienced morning sickness, nausea, food cravings. I actually feel better now than before I got pregnant.
I'm Dr. Dennis Black here in Dallas, Texas. In a capsule or a powder, 1 daily dose of Texas Superfood delivers the same nutrition as 12 servings of raw fruits and vegetables.
You can take a capsule of Texas Superfood every day to give your body the nutrition and the good energies that it needs to make sure that the baby is healthy mother, healthy baby.
Join us on TexasSuperfood.com or call us 844-DR-BLACK.
844-Dr. Black, TexasSuperfood.com.
So I found my new show that I can watch 10 in a row. It's Ray Donovan. Have you seen that show? Oh, it's really good.
It's in Minneapolis.
The Hollywood Private Eye.
Yeah. Affected by flooding.
Really funny show.
It's the process of cleaning up.
There is more rain in the Minnesota forecast for this weekend.
Near St. Paul and in Minneapolis, the Mississippi River runs through an area where they know it is prone to flooding. So they have kind of cleared that area from homes. But
So how are you doing there, Jeff?
And the other
Good,
creeks
good,
and
Rich.
rivers
Yeah.
that have been dealing with severe flooding, they are not ready.
Everything's great. A milestone for Katie Perry.
So I haven't heard anything back.
Jason
Well,
Nathanson.
we're on the
Texas
air.
is now in a class all her own when it comes to the number of people
you haven't heard
listening
anything?
to and downloading her music.
Give him a budget.
The Recording Industry Association of America has declared Katy Perry to be the most awarded digital act ever. So what does that mean? Her songs have racked up 70
I didn't know that
million
this-
downloads in the stream. She's the first to pass 70 million. No one else is even close. She's 20 million ahead of any other artist. Firework is her top song. Followed by California Girls with E.T. Overall, Perry now has 18 gold, 16 platinum, and 56 multi-platinum digital single awards. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Shares of GoPro, a maker of cameras worn by surfers, skydivers, and other action junkies, up as much as 38% in their market debut today. This is ABC News.
You feel petrified. You're struggling with your mortgage payments, not knowing what to do. You're doing nothing. But if you do something, you're far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program.
Okay, I'm ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. In between breaks, sad USA lost today, but they do move on in the World Cup. We don't know who they'll play yet, though. It might be.
ABC News.
I wish it was That's who I wish it was.
Back, gone. I'll be back.
Radio 101 here, bro.
Let's see Richie! Huh? I want to keep coming back till somebody
What's going
remembers
on?
seeing Richie.
So you charter me. There you go.
Next open marketing.
Wait, what is it? Yeah.
Percussion.
Oh, that's
This is
it.
sunset.
Like this guy.
He also likes dolphins and believes in unicorns.
Get back! Get back to where you once belonged. Get back, Coachy. Welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Rich Gilgallon Show at 106 and 16. It's great to be with you today. Let's see what our little 96.7. Take that every day from now until tomorrow. Probably. Not going to be that cool for very long. With lovely cloud-covered day thus far here in the Coachella Valley. Not exactly Riverside skies, but you know, it's a very strange place to live this time of year. Okay, if you're listening from around the country, or you're watching from all over the world, we've had people watch from Belgium and from Algeria. It's amazing how many places from around the world people tune into the Rich Gilgallon Show. But if you're not from the desert, you don't appreciate the value of a cloud-covered day. Just a little cloud cover. Now, we wouldn't want to be Riverside, where it's known as the Smoky City, because it's always overcast. I mean, they get a sunny day, it's a day off in Riverside. All due respect to our friends in Riverside, it's my hope someday that the desert of Southern California, the Coachella Valley, can have its own political district without this tie to the city of Riverside. With all due respect to Riverside, it's, you know, it's I mean, this county that we live in right now here in California, this stretches from Riverside all the way to the Arizona border. I mean, that is a long haul for one county. Our good friends in Blythe, from Riverside to Blythe and beyond. And coincidentally, this radio station pumps out the KZs from here all the way to Blythe. I'm huge in Blythe, by the way. I'm like #1 in Blythe, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Especially, and particularly, the Blythe Prison Yard. I'm the #1 radio program in the Blythe Prison. I don't think there's any question about that. So, anyway, all that's going on. We got a lot of stuff going on. I want to thank the ladies for coming by. I wanted to play California Girls for them while they were here, and I forgot to. I did. It just slipped my mind. So, I can't remember everything. I'm only one man. We have a simple task on this radio show. The task at hand is very simple, but it's not that easy. Okay, it's simply this: to save the Coachella Valley, to save the state of California, to save the United States of America, and then to save the world. It's not that difficult a task, but it must be started somewhere, and we have decided to start it right here in the Coachella Valley with the Rich Gilgallon Show. Trying to save the nation, ladies and gentlemen. So the Supreme Court, I wanted to talk about the Supreme Court. Thank goodness for Scalia and the Supreme Court, John Roberts. I mean, look, they basically have informed the President of the United States, they may have been listening to this radio show for some time, because basically what they said today is that you are not a king. This president thinks he's a king. He thinks he can write something, sign something, skip the congressional process altogether. And, you know, it's almost like, what was it? You remember the Ten Commandments, the movie Ten Commandments? You remember Yul Brynner in the Ten Commandments? He was the Pharaoh at the time. And he would say something like, and so it is written, so it shall be done. Remember that? That was his quote. So it is written, so it shall be done. That's what this guy thinks he is. Obama must have watched that movie. He thinks he's the Pharaoh of the United States of America. If he writes it down, then it must be done. Wrong! It's not enough to write it down. Here's how it's done. Go ahead and write it down, then walk it up the hill. Oh, well, you know, we got the Republicans are stonewalling. Negotiate! That's what your job is. You're supposed to negotiate. And listen, history is rife with examples of presidents, in many cases, who were facing both houses of the other party. Ronald Reagan had a Democratic Senate and a Democratic House, and he had to get stuff done. And what he did was he proposed a budget. Democrats go, oh, we can't pass this. No, this is crazy. It can't be done. And he had to not only go against the Democratic House of Representatives, but a House of Representatives that included Jim Wright as the majority leader, and none other than Thomas Patrick O'Neill as the Speaker of the House. Very strong politicians, very strong. Ran the House with an iron grip. But they negotiated, and they had their votes. And if the president didn't think that the House or the Senate was going to move in his direction, he appealed to the people. And I was working at the House of Representatives. And let me tell you something. When Ronald Reagan said, write a letter to your congressman about this issue right now, today, let me tell you something. That mail came. That mail showed up. So that's how you do it. I mean, that's how you do it. As President of the United States, your task is to negotiate with Congress. And if they don't bend to your will, then you go to the people. And the people force Congress. But you can't do that because the people don't want anything that you appear to want. The people of this country think it's unfair when people just show up here and decide to be, you know, citizens of the United States of America, while other people had to wait in line for years and go through the process, actually take a little history test to find out who's who and what's what before you became a citizen. There were qualifications. And by the way, there still are. But this guy doesn't believe in that. No, he doesn't believe in that. He believes, hey, if you're here, you're a citizen. I'm going to tell you something. He's going to try with this pen to pass a blanket amnesty for everybody that's here in this country right now. Anybody that's here right now. You don't have to wait in line. And that's why we have train loads of young people and their mothers coming up here. Now it's going to have it must be getting to be a lonely place to be a single guy in Guatemala and El Salvador, because it seems like all the mothers and all the little kids are coming. Where's the husband? That's what I want. What's going on down there? What's going on down there in El Salvador? And Joe Biden went down there to straighten it out, and I don't know where he is. Nobody's seen him since. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen slow Joe Biden. Where is Joe? It's like, where's Waldo? Where did Joe go? There's a new book out too, Blood Feud. The feud between the Clintons and the Obamas. And as I predicted, the closer we get to this presidential election, the more we're going to find out about what really happened in Benghazi, what really happened with the IRS,
what really happened with Fast and Furious, what really happened with in this Central American evacuation. We're going to find out all about it because it's possible that Biden will be running against Hillary, and that's where the thing will stop. If you think that Bonnie Garcia and Jeff Stone are going to go toe to toe, you wait till you have a primary for the Democratic presidential race that includes Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Yeah, that's when we'll find out what's really going on. The release I saw last night regarding this new book is that the president himself, according to this book, called Hillary Clinton and told her, "You're going to go along with the video excuse for this. We can't have people thinking this is a terrorist activity because I just got done saying that there are no terrorists left, that they're on the run." All right, you know the story. You guys know the story. All right, it's the Rich Gilgallon Show. It's great to be with you today. Thursdays, we are live in studio, by the way, and also being broadcast as we speak at Newstalk920.com. We're also on YouTube, on Google+. We're everywhere like savoir-faire. We'll be back right after this on Newstalk 920, KPSI.
Heating and air conditioning system work in a hurry. Call the General. You want the job done right.
You know, I can't remember off the top of my head.
You bet. General Air Conditioning
Blood Feud
is the best little air conditioning company in the desert. Get a Service Plus agreement and you'll always get a discount on parts and labor and priority service too. So
the only place you can possibly see it is box.
Call the General. And that's in one. General Air Conditioning and Heating. 760-343-7488 or log on to callthegeneral.com.
What makes a General different from all other air conditioning companies? Hello, Frank Harrison, President of General Air. Well, number one, our office is open and staffed 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. And that's what
And Klein.
Yeah.
Real
What did
General
you do?
Air.
Is you listen off?
We're there
He's a
for
writer from the
service,
writes for
sales, maintenance or installation.
Conservative
Give us a
Daily.
call at 760-343-7488. Again, 760-343-7488, or visit callthegeneral.com.
And they don't,
With what's going on
have their husband and wifely,
comfortable buying your coverage over the phone or internet from
I
someone
hate to use the term duties.
in the end,
Apparently
don't take
they're
a
not being,
lizard's or a caveman's
fulfilled.
advice on choosing your
All right, I'm
insurance
Schmitz.
coverage.
It's
Call
time to doff
Weingarten and Hunt,
the
now
coat.
celebrating their 75th year in business in Palm Springs. When you need answers, ready there. Call 325-2526. That's 325-2526. Weingarten and Huff Insurance.
East Valley Republican women are working hard to get Republicans elected. Meetings take place the first Monday of every month at Desert Falls Country Club in Palm Desert. Call for the summer schedule. East Valley Republican women are working on projects to help educate our youth on conservatism and free enterprise, and are dedicated in promoting honest legislation in California to protect all people in every way. Now's the time to join and make it happen. Call Sue at 760-772-7096.
They're sweet, aren't they?
Reservation. That's 772.
I mean, they're out there, they grind out, they get on telephones, they go door to door, they put up signs.
Hey, it's the Coach Rich Gilgallon. Are you away from your desert property for an extended period of time? Have you received a call that your house is flooded, toilet overflow, washing machine broken pipe? Do I have a solution for you? Water cop.
That is so funny. An English student. I gotta get stuck with an English student.
To eliminate all
He's right, though.
water damage
It's
to your house
it's poor
forever.
use of the English
It's
language.
amazing. If one
Because the
drop
toilet is
your
not
water will
overflying,
and
it's overflowing. And flew is not the past participle of flow, it's the past participle of fly.
Go to homefloodprevention.biz.
So your point is well taken.
We just
Trey.
got on there.
I know. So now they understand.
Homefloodprevention.biz.
What are you going to do? You know what I mean? What are you going to do?
And of course, the coach, Rich Gilgallon. That's 760-564-8840. 760-564-8840. Water cop, water cop, water cop.
Start your Sundays every Sunday with a new perspective, an eternal perspective. Every Sunday from 7 to 8. It's the Eternal Perspective, brought to you by Men of Messiah. Where's Uncle
Men of
Tom
Messiah,
today, Schwack?
A group of local men dedicated to promoting the Word of God. Tune
Great
in
country,
every
America.
Sunday at 7 o'clock for Chuck DeVoe and Rich Gilgallon. Brought to you by Men of Messiah.
We need to do a cooking show with you.
Join
You
us
gonna do it?
7 a.m.
Yeah.
every Sunday morning.
do the video first.
Welcome back. Let me tell you what I had to do to get back here. You think it was easy getting back here? Let me tell you what I had to do. Stumbled in the plains. Staggered in the wind. I stood at a crossroad or two. Cried to a river. Swept to the sea. All just to get to you. I did all of that. I jumped a yellow cab. I hopped a rusty freight. Oh, I sang till my lips turned blue. Flung a silver bird on tops of the clouds. I ran too hard, I played too rough. Gave my love not near enough. I bled too red, cried too blue. Oh, against the moon, all just to get to you. I did all that. I don't know if I sang till my lips turned blue, but I did pretty much everything. But I got back here. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. You're in the desert of Southern California. You're on the conservative talk station of the Valley. It is the Rich Gilgallon Show. Our number is 760-320-8255. That is the number. I want to thank Brian Standy for calling the program earlier. Don't forget this Friday morning at 10 a.m. a celebration of two veterans, World War II veterans, brothers. That'll take place at Palm Springs City Hall at 10 o'clock. And go over there and give these guys the honor which they deserve. They're particularly looking for veterans of any war or conflict. Please feel free to go over there and get a pat on the back. Always well deserved, and doesn't happen enough. You ask me. All right? Did you ask me? No, but I'm telling you anyhow. So my young friend Trey is with us today here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. He's Amy Anderson's nephew, which is a great word, you know, nephew. It's like phew. It's your nephew. And every time my water cop commercial comes on and he hears the term toilet overflew, he begins to break out and laugh hysterically here because apparently he studies English at the charter school in Palm Desert. And so he understands. I do know that it is impossible for a toilet to overflow. Okay, but once it's in there, I kind of leave it in there because it gets the point across. It actually is toilet overflow. Yeah, not overflew. So if it was to overflow, that would be like Jeff Harrison's drones. You know, they would be overflowing the golf courses. By the way, if you have a small business and you want to separate that small business from other like small businesses, there's two ways to do that. One, advertise on this radio program. Two, contact Jeff Harrison, Amy Anderson at swingpointmedia.tv, and they will separate you, believe me, from any other business that may be your competitors, because they will put together a video package for you. They will, that is unbelievable, and they will also give you a presence online like you've never had. I mean, I was nowhere. I couldn't get online. I didn't know online from the clothesline. And then all of a sudden today, for example, we're live on our website, newstalk920.com. We're live going on right now at YouTube, and where we are, by the way, documented each show that we've done over the past several months. We are online on the new range, which is Google+. We're everywhere. We're everywhere like Savoir Faire, and it's simply because of the savvy that swingpointmedia.tv has. You can also check them out online. Has your TV show started yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. There'll be in the fall. Can we talk about it? Oh, in the fall. Well, they have a very interesting golf television show coming up because golf is is their passion, both golf teachers and golf professionals, and neither one of them much of a joke. Jeff Harrison changed my golf game in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You know, I couldn't hit the ball straight. I couldn't hit it straight. I was driving it over here. I'm driving it over there. I get up over the ball. I address the ball like Lucille Ball, you know, like when Ben Hogan told Lucille Ball on the Lucille Ball show. She said, "Ben, what do I do?" Well, first thing you have to do, Lucy, is address the ball. And everybody knows what Lucy did. She looked at the ball and she said, "Hi, ball." "Hello, ball." And once you address, so I've addressed it. My right shoulder is all you got. Turn your right shoulder back just a little. Just a little. Get parallel. Really? Boom! Right down Broadway. And I've been driving it like Nicholas ever since. So it's always a pleasure to be associated in any small way with a Jeff Harrison, Amy Anderson production. 760-320-8255. Now, there's a new book out, Ed Klein. It's prominently featured throughout television yesterday. It's called Blood Feud, The Clintons versus the Obamas. And it's been making waves for its many, shall I say, salacious details. Now, you know, I think people have an expectation of privacy for the most part. I think they deserve privacy. I know I don't want you all to know what the heck's going on in my sad, pathetic life right now, that's for sure. So I mean, I understand. However, when you run for president of the United States, or you're in the public eye, you pretty much forget about a private life. And Ed Klein's new book has made these. He asserts in the book that there's a rift going on right now between the First Lady and the President, and it goes into some of their private situations, which is a little unseemly to me. You know, I'm not interested if they're, what the situation is. It's hard enough. I mean, how could I have anything to say about anybody else's personal, private relationship life? That's one thing, honestly, that I don't know anything about. I mean, I know how to recover, from heartbreak. I know how to do that. I know how to put one foot in front of the other with a broken heart. I know how to turn in my life over to the care of Jesus in situations like that. That's about all I know. He asked me, "What do you know about relationships?" The answer is, I know the process of recovering from a broken heart. Not that it happens. It certainly is a process, not an event. That much I know. So, I'm not the guy who's going to be picking on other people for having problems in a relationship. Believe me, that would be very hypocritical on my part, since I've had I've had moments of success over the years. I'm 60 years old. I think, as I look back now, I've been lucky to have been, I don't know, is it lucky to have been in love as many times as I have been? I don't know. I mean, would you prefer to be, fall in love? Like, I have friends that graduated from high school with me, that got married that year or the next year, and they got 4 kids. They're still happily married. When I went back from my reunion, they came in the reunion holding hands, and they've been in love since they were 18. We have Tammy at the front desk, met her husband when they were 60. And those, that touches my heart when I hear those stories. Not so for me. So I'm not going to comment on the state of the president's relationship. But readers of Blood Feud should be cautioned. According to Klein, is based on dozens and dozens of interviews with those close to the Clintons and the Obama camps, none of which would be sourced. Further worth noting that the book portrays the Obamas in a negative light, which by comparison makes the Clintons, despite their ruthlessness and lust for political power, seem almost sympathetic, which is hilarious when you think about it. How do you make the Clintons look sympathetic? They're trying to make us look. They're trying to make us look sympathetic. They would like you to be sympathetic, but I don't know how. I'm not sure how you make them sympathetic. All right, it's the Rich Gilgallon Show. It's great to be with you today. You're tuned in to Newstalk 920 KPSI. I'll be back right after this local news break.
Good afternoon again, everybody. Hi, Rich. Dennis Daly.
Hi, Dennis.
920 KPSI, brought to you by Southern California Edison. This summer, Edison offers ways to help you lower your energy usage, better manage your bill.
Sit up in the chair.
For more, go to scc.com/summer. A preliminary hearing has been rescheduled for the 28th of this month for Tycoon Vista. He's the man accused of robbing and killing a 78-year-old Cathedral City resident at his home.
Rich or Rush.
The man
It's from Rush to
Rich. My man, yeah, you do that.
It's from Rush to Rich.
Nice job. I know we get spanked.
has released a new statistic from its vacation survey showing that Palm Springs is tied with Orlando as the most affordable American vacation spot. The company's index compares the summer trip for a family of 4 to 15 popular destinations. By the way, the most expensive destination is Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, 3 times more than the cost of coming here.
From Rush to Rich.
The person of interest survey
I got a business card for you here, bro.
Yeah, like hold it. Rush to Rich.
In connection with the slaying of Juan Carlos Hernandez Jr., discovered dead of a gunshot wound inside a Cadillac on the 16th of this month at Waterloo Drive. Police have not identified the person of interest. Blusty winds today are preventing fire officials from setting alight that mobile home in a controlled burn at the Sungate Mobile Home Park in the city. On Tuesday, police arrested 22-year-old Sean Morris for possession of a pipe bomb and explosive materials.
Any problems? That's Trey.
City of Indio,
not Rich. From Trey to Rich.
It's at 6 o'clock. The weather, well, the temperature continues to go up 108 today, just about the same.
The weather outside is frightful. I know, it's beautiful.
It's 108.
Well, that might be, this thing doesn't really work.
I'm Dennis Daly for Newstalk 920 KPSI. The coach is back after this.
When it comes to the BMW X5, there is a lot to say.
Oh, this book is unbelievable. It's beautiful.
Or we could tell you that it comes with BMW's no-cost maintenance for 4 years or 50,000 miles. We could even tell you about how it has xDrive, BMW's intelligent all-wheel drive system. Or the butterflies you get when you step inside. The goosebumps you get when you turn it on. The feeling you have when you hit the gas. Because while there is a lot to say, what really makes the BMW X5 special is actually driving it. The BMW X5. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. For complete details on BMW Ultimate Service, call 1-888-311-4BMW.
Special recent finance rates available through BMW Financial Services. Visit BMW of Palm Springs today, East Palm Canyon near G. Nachu Trail. Online at bmwps.com.
At Vigo, we know you want the best deal on tires and auto service. So check out our red, white, and blue tag sale. Come in and find color tags for huge discounts, like $100 off Big O brand tires, $70 off great tire brands like Nitto, Sumitomo, and Cooper, or $20 off select products or services, depending on location. The red, white, and blue tag sale ends July 7th, so hurry in to Big O Tires today. Not found with other offers. Installation charges extra. See store for details.
Eliminate fear of house floods forever. Hey, it's the Coach Rich Gilgallon. Are you away from your desert property for an extended period of time? Have you received a call that your house is flooded, toilet overflow, washing machine, broken pipe? So I have a solution for you. Water Cop. Water Cop. Water Cop. Automatic water shut-off system will eliminate all fear of water damage to your house forever. It's amazing. If one drop leaks, your water will shut off immediately, and you'll get a call. No more sleepless nights. Water Cop. Water Cop. Water Cop. Perfect for your home. Back home as well. Call 760-564-8840. That's 564-8840. Go to homefloodprevention.biz. That's homefloodprevention.biz. Water Cop. Stop water damage before it starts. Go to homefloodprevention.biz. Water Cop is recommended by insurance company. And of course, the coach. That's 760-564-8840. 760-564-8840. Water Cop. Water Cop. Picture, coach.
Huh? Clear picture, really good. Let's headbang a little. Come on. That's what this administration makes me do. Bang my head into a microphone. Headbanging time! Thunder! Deepa. All right. Welcome back to the Rich Gilgallon Show. And so, this book has piqued my voyeur tendencies as regarding the private and personal lives of the leaders of the country. The couple of things that you might want to know about this book, according to Benjamin Weingarten from The Blaze, that Valerie Jarrett runs the White House. Now, that's not a surprise to those of us that pay attention. Valerie's a very interesting story, Valerie Jarrett, another Chicago politician, actually born in Shiraz, Iran. That's where she was actually born. Followers of the White House are aware of Jarrett's sway in the president's closest consigliere. The extent of the closeness is staggering based on blood feud. Klein writes that Jarrett was more powerful than Rahm Emanuel and William Daley, the president's first two chiefs of staff. In fact, according to Klein, she's the most powerful presidential advisor since Harry Hopkins was at the FDR White House. I'm not sure if that's true. You know, I was thinking about this, as a matter of fact, the other day. You know, when we think about attorneys general, okay, we had the Clintons brought in Janet Reno. Remember what a disaster that was? Just a horrible disaster, particularly around Waco. And then, of course, a lot of the liberals don't talk about this, but can you imagine, just say, that when George Bush was elected president, if he hired Jeb Bush as his attorney general, what do you think the reaction would be in the New York Times, paper record, Boston Globe, Washington Post, L.A. Times? You think they'd have a conniption, is what they'd have. But of course, that's what happened in 1960 when John Kennedy was elected. He selected Robert Kennedy as his attorney general, his brother. You know, that's very, I mean, he could have made him Secretary of State. He could have made him crime czar. He could have made him, a million things, but he chose him for attorney general. And, that's always been a sort of when you talk to the left about that moment, it's always been, oh, who else could he trust? I mean, of course, he brought his brother in there as attorney general. So I can only imagine what would happen if George Bush selected Jeb Bush as his attorney general, or if Jeb Bush ever gets elected president, if he selects maybe another Bush attorney general, they go crazy. It's nepotism. Now, having grown up in a very political family, I am not generally anti-nepotism. I think we've gone way too far west with this sort of anti-nepotism movement. It really began in the liberal bastions of Massachusetts. You know, I believe in politics. That's what I believe in, at least as far as the system is concerned. I believe if you help somebody get elected to an office, whether you're related to or not, then if they want to give you a job, that's fine with me. Elections have consequences. I don't think somebody should be disqualified from a job just because they happen to be related to the guy that got elected. Now you don't want, you can't, you don't want to put your whole family in there. But so we have Valerie Jarrett. I think Bobby Kennedy was probably pretty close. You don't have to go all the way back to FDR. Also, Hillary, apparently, according to this book, attempted to physically intimidate Obama as Secretary of State. Well, she is a little bigger than he is. I mean, she is a little wider. And I think her guns are a little bit bigger than. I saw the president working out. Who allowed that photo to be taken and put online of this guy with these little chicken arms trying to lift about, it looked like a 5-pound dumbbell, and he was gritting his teeth trying to get that thing up in the air. You know, this is what happened. Somebody must have said, Mr. President, we need to get a picture of you, like doing something macho. Have you been to the gym in the White House? Gym? I don't know. Where's the gym? I don't know where the gym is. Where's the gym? Gym's down there, the third door on the right. Let's take a walk down there. I lift up one of those weights, whichever one you can lift up, and we'll get a picture of you. He picks up this like 2.5 pounder, trying to do a curl. I'm like, oh, golly. So Klein writes that Michelle Obama and Valerie Jarrett both opposed Hillary Clinton's nomination as Secretary of State. So there's no love, as you can imagine, between the First Lady and the Secretary of State. Now that was with good reason. If another episode that Klein describes as any indication, some of Hillary's arguments with the president actually turned physical. Now we do know that at some point she flung an ashtray at the former president of the United States in the private family quarters and missed his head and hit a lamp. Then there was another time when Clinton showed up to give a speech with a little long scratch. Now remember that? This long scratch. So we know that she's not afraid to throw down, Miss Hillary. Hillary jabbed Obama's chest with her finger to make a point. When Obama reported the finger jabbing to Michelle, he said that he couldn't believe Hillary had done that to the President of the United States. She'd been jabbing the presidents of the United States in the chest for 8 years. If there's one person on the planet that understands that presidents put their pants on one leg at a time, or in Clinton's case, takes his pants off one leg at a time. They know he took his pants off one leg at a time, just like the rest of them. He was more amazed than angry about the attack. Bill Clinton commissioned and threatened to leak a poll prior to the 2012 election that would have shown Hillary to be more popular than the president and potentially led to a challenge to his nomination. I thought that might happen. The Clintons want in into the power circle so desperate. I mean, it's a drug. It's a narcotic to these two. I mean, listen, they got more money than they ever dreamed they could have. They're rolling in dough. They got a house in a high-end house in upstate New York. She has a beautiful estate on Embassy Row in Washington, D.C., which is where all the hoi polloi live. Not a poor person living on Embassy Row. Nobody in debt living on Embassy Row. Then they're so desperate to fit in with the rest of us that they just make up stories. Well, we struggled. And Bill Clinton believes in his mind that if he says it, that we will believe it. And the reason he thinks that is because it's worked for him. Had sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky, in the Oval Office. I mean, how could that not be grounds for an immediately to be removed from the office of President of the United States? Immediately. But he got through it. Had a Democratic Senate. If he didn't have a Democratic Senate, he wouldn't have got through it. And they marched right down there and voted lockstep even though we lied and lied and lied and obfuscated and misdirected and lied. Now, you know, and now they're releasing, I noticed the other day, they're beginning to release these phone messages from Monica Lewinsky to the president, where she doesn't look good. She looks like a horny little, you know, intern who's trying to, you know, have sex with the president of the United States. That's what she looks like in these memos and in these tapes. And so, in other words, the Democrats, you know, the protectors of women, are continuing to throw this kid under the bus. Was she innocent? No. But in a court of law, would she have been? Yeah. No excuse, Mr. President. Well, I was, you know, she's a hussy, and I was just, I couldn't say no. That's basically the defense the Clintons will use now. So they were against they were against Valerie Jarrett and Mrs. Obama. They were against putting Hillary as part of the cabinet. Valerie Jarrett counseled against, prior to the 2012 election, David Plouffe, one of President Obama's advisors, suggested Obama court Bill Clinton for support as a means of solidifying voting blocks that were deemed crucial to Obama's re-election, namely African Americans, Hispanics, single women, young people, government workers, gays and lesbians, educated professionals, all who loved Bill Clinton. Valerie Jarrett counseled against such a move, but Plouffe insisted upon it. The word was that Hillary didn't want to risk a run against a sitting president of her own party, but that Bill had commissioned a secret poll in which Democrats were asked whom they preferred, Hillary or Barack. Bill was thinking of leaking the results of the poll, which showed that Hillary was far more popular, and we could blow this whole thing by keeping Clinton at arm's length. Plouffe warned Obama, and so they brought her in. That's what they do. All right. The last time a Democrat ran against a sitting president of any stature, of course, was the sainted Ted Kennedy when he ran against Jimmy Carter. You all remember that election? In fact, they have a new wing at the Kennedy Library based on Teddy. He's got a little Senate mock-up of the Senate floor. I'm not sure if they have a mock-up of the Chappaquiddick Bridge. I'm not sure if there's a mock-up, you know, grave there. Probably not. 760-320-8255. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. Newstalk 920 KPSI.
For procedures, what feelings come to mind? Feelings of comfort, relaxation? Probably not. But you should know that Dr. Robert Renz, the area's most experienced doctor of dental
all the mics in.
offers sedation.
The whole thing would blow up.
Sedation dentistry allows you to be sedated.
Yeah, you can't even have them. You shouldn't even have mics pointing at each other because it's like
Dr. Renz has been performing.
It's like if you have a TV camera.
And that he's the only
and
one in the family performing the
take the camera and you point it
but you should also
at the television.
Performs any other type of procedure. Goes to canals, periodontal surgery, any type
yeah,
of
exactly. We go back and forth
in his office. And if anxiety is keeping you from getting the procedure you need,
so I enjoy your day.
With it, Dr. Renz will make sure your experience is comfortable and pain-free. To find out more about sedation dentistry or to schedule a free consultation, call Dr. Renz now, 902-7756. That's 902-7756. Or go to Dr. Robert Renz, that's RENS.com.
We had 3 viewers.
Senior home care. We supply assistance for loved ones that need care in their home.
Well, that's just live.
Right. We do FBI background checks.
A couple of hundred hits.
That's one of us.
And driving record reports from the state of California. You want
so if we have 3, that's 1. So we have 2.
Our reputation means a lot to us. Why settle for second best?
All right, if you call me and tell me how many fingers I'm holding up, you'll win a prize. That's how I'll do it next week. I'll make the prizes. Video.
That's a good idea.
Isn't that a good idea?
That's a great idea.
Do I know what I'm doing?
What's the prize? An iPhone?
A CD from my iPod.
selection. I just have to clear that with legal. I don't know if that's legal to give away music.
Girls are asking whether how it's balls work. No, that's why I said tomorrow.
Hold your pants on. Why do they want to put boxes?
East Valley Republican women are working hard
They
to
could
get
be nice and give us the balls.
Never enough.
every month.
They never have enough balls.
Call for the summer
Not
schedule.
that,
East
but
Valley Republican women
they
are
asked me
working
for
on projects to help educate our youth on conservatism and free enterprise, and are dedicated in promoting honest legislation in California to protect all people in every way. Now is the time to join and make a difference. Call Sue at 760-772-7096 for reservations. That's 772-7096.
Yeah, he's getting it from watching you
Start your
guys.
Sundays every Sunday with a new perspective, an eternal perspective. Every Sunday from
Now the
7 to
girls
8.
play
It's the
tomorrow.
Eternal Perspective,
Okay.
brought to you by the Men of Messiah. Men of Messiah is a group of local men dedicated to promoting the Word of God. Tune in every Sunday at 7 o'clock for Chuck DeVoe and Rich Gilgallon. Brought to you by Men of Messiah. It's the Eternal Perspective. Join us 7 a.m. every Sunday morning.
Welcome back. Friends, friends, baby. Oh, take me in your lifeboat. Oh, take me in the lifeboat. It will stand the raging storm. Take me in your lifeboat. It will You know, I gotta read that lyric and find out what they're saying there. I'm one of these guys who, if you don't know the lyric, just fake it till you make it. 760-320-8255. Our friend Trey is going to give us the most popular saying in the desert of Southern California these days. It's rush, then rich. Right into that microphone there, brother. You're bad, give it to him.
Rush the rich.
Nice job there, Trey. Hey, Trey. It's rush, then rich. If you haven't heard, the United States are both winners and losers today in the World Cup. The loss to Germany. However, by virtue of their win in the first match and their tie in the second match, they have moved on to the next level. Pretty cool. The whole world is watching the World Cup. 760-320-8255, right here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. You know, I get a little nervous because I have these two little elves that are working on videotaping this program. And when they gaze at each other and chuckle as they're looking at the screen, I get just a somewhat of an uncomfortable feeling that there's something going on that I don't know about. All right. 760-320-8255. Here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. Now, this is the most important and interesting piece in this Klein book about the battle between the Obamas and the Clintons. Hillary Clinton was stunned when she heard the president talk about the Benghazi attack, according to a member of her team of legal advisors who was interviewed for this book. Obama called her that night, 10 o'clock, wanted her to say that the attack had been a spontaneous demonstration triggered by an obscure video. This, if true, is what we've been saying all along, what I've said since that day. There was nothing else that made any sense. Of course it came from the president. He's the guy who went on the convention floor and put his Mussolini look on. Remember that? You know, Obama has the tendency to throw the chin up like Benito. You know? I almost waited, because when he gave that speech, and I'm on the camera now, if you're watching by way of television, all 3,000 of you that are watching, you'll see. He throws that chin up. Every once in a while, he folds his arms and throws the chin up, and I'm like, Benito! He wishes he was Benito Mussolini. So, according to this book, he called her
and said, listen, here's the deal. I want you to say the attack was a spontaneous demonstration triggered by this obscure video. Hillary, according to the book, told Obama, Mr. President, that story is incredible. Among other things, it ignores the fact that the attack occurred on 9/11. But the president was adamant. Hillary, I need you to put out a State Department release as soon as possible. Now, if that's the truth, that should be the end of this administration, because that is lie number one. And it was compounded a couple of days later, as we all know, by, at the time, the representative to the United Nations going on television and talking about this video. And on top of that, an American citizen was arrested for this video and thrown into jail in order to make this case. If that's true, and why? Here's the question: why won't the person who told this guy that that's true say it publicly and save the country? What is the matter with these people who are leaking this stuff to Klein? I'm glad they are. I'm glad the truth is coming out. But you know what? Sack up a little bit. I mean, the fact that you could tell an author this is one thing. I say we need whistleblowers inside that Oval Office. I'm sorry, we do. We need somebody to tell the American people the truth about what's going on. That's why nobody gets fired. That's why Lois Lerner didn't get fired, because she's probably chit-chatting up with him too. That's why nobody gets fired in this administration, because if they fire one person, they're going to spill the beans. That's why nobody gets fired. So Bill and Hillary apparently played out various scenarios, including Hillary resigning over what had occurred. They ruled that out, however, in part because their State Department was providing cover for the CIA in terms of what operations were taking place in Benghazi, in addition to the fact that her resignation could hurt Obama's chances for re-election, which might destroy Hillary's own political future. You see how these people think? It's like John Kerry. John Kerry began his campaign for the President of the United States when he was 9 years old. That's when he began his campaign. I mean, I remember when he was, I could say JFK. Forbes Kerry, more Forbes than Kerry. I'm surprised John Kerry hasn't come out and said, I don't have much money either. I got the boat. I don't have all that much money. None of them want you to know how much dough they have. Republicans don't care. The Koch brothers don't care. They got lots of dough. They don't care that you know. Okay? These other Democrats, like, don't tell anybody I'm a multimillionaire. I don't want anybody to know that. Then they won't think I'm one of the people. All right. I hear you. Tomorrow with the Big Friday show. Very much looking forward to that. I want to thank my good friend Jeff Harrison, my dear friend Amy Anderson. I want to thank Trey for swinging by today and hanging out with us. I want to thank the East Valley Republican women and Brian Nastandy for calling. We'll be back for the Big Friday show tomorrow. First time caller Friday, Ladies' Day, and Open Phones Friday, all in one day. Until then, please do me a favor, take it one day at a time right here on Newstalk 920 KPSI in Palm Springs. God bless you. God bless Dr. Robert Renz, and God bless these United States of America.